Welcome to Emerge Tech 2024 Chennai chapter. I am Simran Shivalkar, a journalist at CIO News. Today we have with us Mr. Vijay Kanal. He is a National Product Manager at Crayon. Mr. Kanal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Simran, for giving this opportunity, and it's a privilege to be here.
The pleasure is totally ours, sir. And with that, I would like to ask you the first question. How has your experience been so far? Any key highlights you would like to share?
See, we've been associated with CIO News and Mercadio for the very longest time. In fact, as far as I remember, I think we started our first engagement with CIO News was in 2018 or 2019. And the experience has been obviously top-notch, and there has constantly been growth, what we have seen with the scale what CIO News and Mercadio has been making in the markets. And even considering the today's event, what we saw, the dignitaries were extremely well connected. We saw people who actually came in from the industry class. We connected with them very well. In fact, your team helped us in connecting with people whom we wanted to actually engage, and which eventually turned out to be extremely well, a good experience for us as well. In fact, the feedback immediately has gone to our CMO as well, Abhijit. I've given him the feedback that we should ideally replicate this whenever you guys are doing next time.
Thank you, and once again, thank you for sharing your wonderful words. And certainly, because there's a lot of takeaway for events like these and CIO News as well. So once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
With that in mind, you have a remarkable experience when it comes to business growth and development. The tech space is dynamic. We have emerging technologies coming in. The cybersecurity landscape is also changing. So what's your take when it comes to business growth and the digital landscape?
See, over the past few years, like looking back a decade now, when the cloud evolution was starting, people always looked at cloud as a place where we will obviously start saving, and we will have saving money, and we'll have the readiness. Scalability was something which people were obviously asking for. And that was the first step where the entire boom of cloud evolution had actually started. Readiness, availability, scalability, considering all of these things in mind. Now, once the organizations have embarked the journey, moving from paper to paperless, most of the applications are running on cloud. One thing which now they are considering is on the security, second is on the cost optimization. Now, both of these factors are something which Crayon actually works on. Now, what we typically do is any organization which wants to move to cloud, we start with an assessment. We tell them, see, this is your readiness, and this is how you will migrate. So we start with assessment, we migrate, we manage, we optimize, and we secure. That's the journey what we typically take some of our customers, in fact most of our customers with, and they have seen that experience. They have seen how Crayon stickiness has been, the services around that, the readiness of when they want to move to some of their other multi-cloud environments as well. How do we integrate, how do we optimize, how do we secure those landscapes, eventually becomes one of the strongest portfolios of what we have, and that is something which most of us customers also appreciate us for. And considering all of these factors, digitization has obviously made one of the largest footprints in India and globally. In fact, most of our global competitors also agree to this, and with that, security is one of the key aspects one should obviously look at.
Rightly said, and I'm sure a lot of us can agree to that. Also, we can take some inspiration since you've also given your personal experience into this. But also, when you say security, when it comes into the picture, any common challenges or complexities you'd like to address?
See, common challenges is again about the skill. There is a lot of skill issue which we have. It's not only necessary with us or with anyone, it's common. There is a lot of skill issue which today we have, but now to address that for some of our customers, again, we have been hiring people with the right set of skills and with the right set of expertise again there. So I would say this to some of my customers, look at us when it comes from security standpoint, because we start with an assessment journey again. We start with assessment, we show you what are the gaps that you have, how do you fix those gaps, how can Crayon help you fixing those gaps? And then we take you to a secured zone where you are completely secure with all the necessary parameters coming in from your any audit standpoint, whether it is from your any SIEM services standpoint, whether it is from any email security standpoint, readiness, database security. With DPDP law coming in, we already are ready with that act. Whenever it gets live, the BFSI industry or the industry where the mass facing audience, where Aadhaar databases are kept by the customers, or anything which is more with customer centric, the data has to be secured. We are already ready and already in fact servicing some of our customers with this. So we are already ahead of that. So that is something which we go with. We are ready, we are skill agnostic, we have people readiness, and we are technology upfront with whatever changes that are coming in the market.
Wow. Thank you once again for providing the bigger picture, explaining the nitty-gritties when it comes to this industry and the overall landscape. So we can certainly expect a shift, I think. Yeah. And with that, we would be concluding this session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Simran, for having me here. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is totally mine, and I will see you around.